everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Jessie and today I'm here to talk to you about Mirror Mirror. Mirror Mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Definitely not me. Anyways, so this is Mirror Mirror by Calonita. This is, I wouldn't technically call it first, but it's first for me because I go in timeline order and not publication order. Just a little thing about me. Anyways, so what is this book about? This is the reimagining of Snow White's story, and instead of Snow White getting poisoned by the apple, what if the prince got poisoned by the apple? That is basically what you really need to know about these what if books, or these twisted tales I should say, because that's what they're called. This twisted tale is exactly that. It goes through the timeline of Snow White's story, but with even more than a twist. So instead of the evil queen being this random person, the evil queen is actually Snow White's aunt. And we find out how she gets the magic mirror, what she has to pay, I guess you could say, to get this magic, or to get the mirror to do certain things for her, or what her relationship is with the mirror. We also find out Snow's relation, like Snow's father and her mother, their relationship, and how they kind of came to be, what was the driving force for Snow's aunt, or the evil queen, to take that step and have the huntsman take her into the woods and ultimately, you know, try to kill her or claim to kill her. What I like about this book is Calonita's take on the evil queen, Snow. Those are very like traditional, I believe. The way she meets the prince in this book is very reminiscent to how she meets the prince in the movie. We do have more discussion with the dwarves, and you know, those characters are definitely fleshed out more, especially Doc and Grumpy. Grumpy most especially is very well fleshed out, and the other ones are, they have their little moments, they have their candid moments. The king is definitely more involved in this story than the original movie. Like I keep saying, you know, kind of comparing it with the movie. The movie's not my favorite. Like I said, this is not my favorite Calonita. I have several that I love that Calonita has written in this series, and this is not one of them, though I do love it for the fact that Calonita did write it. I really don't know if anything could have been removed or added to this. I feel like maybe more, like just me, a romantic at heart, maybe more moments with Prince Henry and Snow, maybe more of the dwarves, you know, their like day-to-day things like that. It is a very short book, you know, it is only like 340 some pages, so it is a fairly short book, but it is also classified as like middle grade or very young adult. So you kind of have to think of the demographic. I'm not the regular demographic for this book, but I do really enjoy it just for the simple fact that it is Disney. I didn't notice very many like straight up movie quotes in this one. There are certain definitely scenes in this one that give you that the feel from the movie. I know in other ones there have been like straight up like quotes from the movies taken out of them depending on where the what if lands. This one definitely gives us some new characters. We get a seamstress who her mother and her are the seamstress for the queen, and she helps out Snow when it's time to like basically take over the castle. There's lots of different scenes in this one. The forest scene is definitely very atmospheric in this one like it is in the movie. It's supposed to be like dark and scary. Snow White, I believe in the movie, is supposed to be very young, like 12. I do believe that in this one she reads a lot older, but definitely not like super old, but she definitely does read a little bit older than the movie. Another question that I like to answer in these review videos for the Twisted Tales is, where does the what if land? So typically with the what ifs, they either change the story completely, they changed the story from like halfway or the ending, and I believe this one definitely changes the ending of Snow White's movie story, that portion of it. And so I believe there's that. If you see a tail, I have a Nova again. This one is definitely, I would give it 4 stars, like I said, just for the simple fact that Jen Calonita wrote it. I love her writing. I love her Disney what if tales. This is not my first time reading this one. I did re-listen to it from the second time. I love the audiobooks for these because I feel like they're very well done, and I feel like they're very easily to get through. Yeah, I know, you're needy. This is not Jen Calonita's only Twisted Tale. She has also written Conceal Don't Feel, which is a Frozen what if. She's also written Go the Distance, which is a Hercules what if. More of a Megara what if than a Hercules, if I remember correctly. But I will be doing a review on that one when it comes time to do that. I do like those ones better. I believe that Go the Distance is still my current favorite, just for the simple fact that I love that what if, I love Hercules, I do like Frozen, and I do like that story. Who knows what'll happen? Maybe you'll have to wait and find out at the end of the year when I have them battle it out, all the Twisted Tales. But that's gonna be a while. Is this just for Snow White fans? I believe so, but truthfully, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a great story to read. I don't think my daughter will read this one, but I do believe that she has tried to read, if not the Cinderella one, I'm not sure which one. But that is my review for Mirror Mirror by Jen Calonita. Like I said, I gave this 4 stars. It was a very solid read. Again, I'm not the targeted demographic, but I still did very much enjoy it as a Disney adult, and I will continue to pick these up because they are great. I love how these authors are taking these traditional stories that, like people like myself, have grown up with. We grew up with these stories. They're revamping them so a new generation can continue to enjoy these stories. You are a pest.